So we're going to go ahead and work on liberty circles next. So in the liberty circle, if you think about it, is one of the more difficult and challenging movements in liberty, in my opinion, because we're essentially asking our horse to stay out of our space, but to stay with us, which for the horse can be kind of a difficult thing to understand in the beginning, because that's a lot of kind of pushing away and drawing towards, and with my horses, I try to think of trying to find and feel a gravitational pull between the two of us. I want that to feel that connection. I want to know that that horse is drawing into me. What I'm going to do with this horse is I'll show you, because I kind of started some of this. I did one session on this side of her one time, and she had something that looked pretty nice. So I'll show you guys what our goal is. Essentially, how the liberty circles look is they're kind of like tight lunging circles. And then what I'll do is I'll go ahead and go to the other side, which I haven't done any of this with, and I'll show you from scratch how to get the results that you're starting to see on this side of her. So we'll go ahead and get started here. I'm going to go ahead and first step is I want her to be pushing laterally out. So I'm going to kind of push her in a side pass, but I'm not going to cross my legs. I'm just going to push her out and then step away from her. So right now I can it's a little different than funneling, because she's staying on her own circle now. If she gets too close, I'm pushing her away, but she's staying on her own circle, carrying herself on a bigger circle away from my circle, but still going around. She's not doing a different shape. We're both doing circles here. Good girl. And essentially what the stick at the ribs is doing is I'm pushing her out to keep her on that circle. I can get more bend there if I need to lift her out. Good girl. Good. There, I just asked for a little bit more forward. Good girl. Good. Very nice. Good. Here I'm going to rub her to a stop. That was really good. Again, she's only had one session on that side. So right now I'm just trying to show you of what we're working towards before I start from the side on scratch. Good girl. And there, I just wanted to reward her for all that try. She gave me nice forward and stayed with me. So then I'm going to go ahead and ask again. I'm lifting her ribs onto her own circle. And then I'm stepping back. This stick's here to kind of wave to get her attention if she starts to drift out. Trot. Good girl. Good. Very nice. Here I'm going to go ahead and ask her to stop. Good girl. And now I'm going to go ahead and walk her. And now I'm going to push her out. It's looking really good. Good girl. Trot. Good girl. Good. Very nice. I'll go ahead and ask her to stop. Nice. So that's kind of what I would consider a beginning stage of liberty circles, because she's able to do it at a trot. In the beginning, what we're going to do is we're going to ask that our horse is able to do it at a walk, as they get comfortable with that, then they have to be comfortable moving forward into that pressure, staying with us, staying engaged as we ask for that trot and forward momentum. So that's kind of what we're working towards. We can advance that into where we're standing still and sending the horse around us, but it starts with her being able to stay connected like she was doing there. So I'm going to go ahead and go to this other side, which she hasn't done any training yet. So I'll break it down for you guys and show you how I've got the results that you've seen on the other side. So what I'm going to do here is first I'm just going to get her funneling forward. So here I have her funneling forward. Now I'm going to ask that she step into her own circle. So she has really nice lateral. She's listening and being real soft about staying onto her own circle. Good girl. And she kind of seems eager to offer forward, which is great, but I want to wait until she's doing it when we ask. Good girl. So if she gets too close, I'm protecting my space and my circle so that she stays on her own. If she gets where I lose a little bit of connection, I can wave and then step back, wave and then step back. Good girl. Here her shoulder dropped. I'm just asking for her shoulder to lift. Good. Good, so I want her to carry her own circle without dropping that shoulder and without losing connection. So here we're losing a little bit of connection. I'm kind of waving and stepping back. She's really good about, for the most part, not dropping her shoulder. Good. There. So I kind of want her to stay a little bit more bent. Good. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and yield her to a stop. And why I do this is that's going to reinforce our bend. So sometimes, depending on what the horse is struggling with, I'll pick them up and stop them like that. So for two reasons. I want to reinforce the bend. If I really need to really get more bend out of a horse, I'll flex yield them to a stop, or I'll just flex them to a stop. So, and the other reason that I do this is I kind of want to play reverse psychology. My tools, it's very important that they remain a good thing for the horse. I don't want my horse to think the only time I'm going to use my tool is when they're in trouble. I want them to be something that they soften to, relax into. So if every time I stop, I use my tools to flex her to a stop, she's gonna seek out my tools, seek that pressure, rather than run away from it. So it's very important that she understands and is comfortable with my tools. So we're gonna go ahead and do that again. Now that I've gotten some good lateral, she's lifting her ribs, I'm going to go ahead and push her out onto her own circle. I have to get that forward before I can get the bend, but she's giving me the forward, so now I'm working more on her bend. Very nice. Good girl. Here, if she drops her shoulder, I'm just lifting her out. Very good. Here, if she drops, I'm lifting and pushing her out. Good girl. And as she feels confident and comfortable, I'm going to start getting her comfortable with the idea of more forward. So here I'm going to ask for more forward. I don't want to lose her connection. Good girl. I'm going to step back, try to get her more hooked on and connected here. Good. Good girl, but I want her to stay connected. This isn't just lunging circles. So I'm kind of waving in front there, trying to get her attention. Good, and even if she were to just walk faster, I would take that. Good girl. Here I'm just gonna go ahead and flex her to a stop because she's giving me a really nice bend and nice forward movement where she's not drifting out. Good girl. And I liked her offer of forward movement. I didn't have to ask very much to get her to give me forward. So here she gets her full release of pressure. This is like her cookie, walking that circle. And then we're gonna start again. I'm going to push her out onto her circle. There, and then I'm going to step back to draw her around my circle, but I want her to stay on her own circle. Good girl. I want her to feel nice and connected. I'm feeling her half-heartedly connected to me here, so I'm going to kind of catch her attention. Good. Make sure she's still drawing around me, not pushing out too much. Trot. Good girl. Very nice. I'm going to go ahead and yield her. Nope, that's okay. She got a little excited there. Good. Really nice. I'm going to go ahead and walk her for that. That was super soft. Where she ended could use a little bit of work. She could be a little softer, but I think she was a little surprised there. But she was super soft, and that transition was really nice. I really liked that. Good girl. So this is what's nice about the hotter breed. So she's an Andalusian. They like forward a little bit more than maybe your colder breeds. For her, movement's a reward, so she's really excited to be able to get to move forward. For other horses, you're gonna have to just take one trotting step. With her, I'm able to let her stay in a full circle, but for a colder horse, a horse that lacks forward, you're gonna have to just accept that one trot stride, then you're gonna have to accept a quarter of a circle, a half a circle, before you get the full circle. With her, I can shape her trot a little bit more and ask a little bit more of her because she likes it. A horse like her, she's gonna be more happy to be in the circle versus a lazier or a more cold-blooded horse. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and see if we can get one more nice circle. I'm gonna ask that she step out onto her own circle. Very good. And when she feels nice and connected, I'll ask her to trot. Trot. Here, I'm starting to lose her. She's drifting out. So I'm redirecting her. There we go. Good girl. Good. I'd like a little more bend. Good job. Good. Good girl. There's some more connection. Good. So here I'm gonna ask her to stop and flex to a stop. Good. So it took her a little bit she offered the forward pretty quick, but it took her a little bit to give me that connected circle. So we might work on this a little bit more yet, just to get that a little bit more connected. But I'm gonna walk her here because again, that was a really good offer. Good job. I'm gonna ask her to push out onto her circle, and then I'm gonna step back, trot, trot. Good girl. Good. Very good. Here, I'll go ahead and ask her to stop. Very nice. That's exactly what I wanted to see. I'm gonna walk her here. Good, very nice. So the main thing I want you guys to take away from the Liberty circles is that I want the horse to understand, first of all, to stay on their own circle. Once I have them staying on their own circle, I need that forward. So, you know, sometimes they might shoulder into us when they're on their own circle. They're carrying themselves, I'm picking that shoulder up onto their own circle. But when we ask for that forward, maybe the only way to get that forward is that they drop their shoulder and come into us, and that's totally okay. We just need to teach the horse how to balance that forward with keeping that forward on their own circle. So once we have that forward, it's really important that we keep directing and keep her attention. So you could see when I would wave my stick, just to make sure she understood to keep that, not necessarily funneling, I wouldn't call this funneling anymore, but we need to keep that energy directed inwardly if she starts to drift out. So once you have a nice forward circle and you get some more movement, such as the trot, we just want to see that the horse can carry it longer and longer. For her to be able to carry a full circle on her first session on this side is absolutely amazing. Don't always expect that much out of your horse at home. Take what your horse is willing to give you. If it's just one trotting step, or even if it's just walking a really nice circle, or maybe it's them walking a little faster, then I take that on some horses' first sessions. So there's no shame in that. Just take what your horse can give you.